Today for lunch, I'm gonna make a chicken a la grande, it's called. And you're basically gonna cut the chicken into 8 pieces. So we'll cut the wings off first. And usually when I cut, I'm gonna try to get a little bit of the breast meat. We're gonna cut this part off. Actually, I'm gonna leave it, and I'm gonna do it a Kimbo style, which is basically you just fold the wing behind the other one. That way it cooks, evenly. So we'll probably do it like that. We're gonna cut the leg and the thigh off, and we're gonna separate them. And I usually kind of always gotta find that little bone, but just kind of cut through it, the joint, and basically you just kind of feel with your hand right here, and pretty much about right here is where I need to cut. So there we go. So let me get the other side cut off, and then we'll work on the breast. And for the breast, I'd like to try to get all the ribs portions cut off, because if not, they'll just kind of go in the gravy and kind of just go everywhere. So I always just kind of dress those up a little bit, cut them off. And I'm only going to use one side of the breast. So basically, I'm going to just take my knife. And you just kind of score it to get a mark, then take your scissors, and I just kind of do it like this. The back might be a little difficult, but that's about it. You got it split now. Just go ahead and cut it all the way down. And I'm gonna actually reserve one of the breasts to make something else with. So, and it's gonna be a little bit too big to cook, I think. So go ahead and finish taking the rib section out. You gotta have to use your scissors for this as well. Just kind of get all that taken out. Now we're just left with the breast, bone here, a little bit of the bone here. And instead of trying to cook this whole, I'm gonna go ahead and about right there, go ahead and cut it. And you can just kind of break it. Like I said, there's probably different ways to do it, but that's the way I do it. So there you go. And we'll just kind of get ready for the next step. So the first thing we'll do, here's our cut up chicken. We'll go ahead and add half of a cup of some dry white wine. And I'm using Chardonnay. Sauvignon Blanc, I think, would be another good one to use. Or even Pinot Grigio. And we're going to go ahead and coat all the pieces real well. And I'm going to just put this back in the refrigerator, probably for about 15 minutes. And the recipe doesn't really call for that, but that's the way I'm going to do it. The recipe just says transfer it to a plate and, get ready to cook it. But I'm going to let it marinate for about 15 minutes. Okay, so I only did around about 10 minutes, 9 minutes or so. Go ahead and take all your pieces of chicken out, put them in another bowl. We're going to reserve the liquid. We're going to put this back in the refrigerator. And we're going to season it with 1 tablespoon of black pepper and 1 tablespoon of just plain old salt. Sea salt if you want to be fancy. But this is some freshly ground black pepper, by the way. And basically we just pour it in there and get everything mixed real well. Then we'll do the next step. Now at this point, go ahead and put your fire on a medium low heat. And we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of some light tasting olive oil. That's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. And we'll let this get a little hot there before we put our chicken in. And once your oil is nice and hot, go ahead and add your chicken pieces to it. And just try to leave a little space between them. That way they, they won't touch. It'll make them brown easier. Oh, there's a little mess on that one. And we're probably gonna have a little touching going on here, but that's okay. And we'll let this cook about 25 minutes, turning every 5 minutes or so. Uncovered, because you want it to brown, not sweat. I usually dry my chicken off before I cook it, but the recipe did not call for that. So I'm pretty much following the recipe as it's written. So we'll see what happens. All right, we've been a total of about 6 minutes now. So I think it's a good time to go ahead and turn them. Got a nice little brown starting on them. We'll go ahead and get them all turned, and we'll let it go another about 5 or 6 minutes. And as you can tell, my fire is like on a medium, almost a medium heat, not quite medium. And the only other ingredients we're going to be adding to this dish is some garlic, unpeeled, and we're basically going to pound it. So about like that, just kind of mash them. And we got 1 tablespoon of oregano and 1 tablespoon of rosemary. That'll be added after the 25 minutes initial cooking. And about the last 10 minutes, I'll actually reduce my flame a little bit more. The grease was getting a little hot, so chicken got a nice brown on it. We got a total of 20 minutes left, and we just keep letting it go. Okay, we've been exactly 25 minutes. Now we'll go ahead and add the garlic and the oregano and the rosemary, and I'm going to try to coat everything like this here. Then I'll actually turn it and coat the other side, so let me do that. And like I say, we'll coat this side as well. Make sure you get a nice coating on all the pieces. Basically just kind of get everything nice and coated at this point, and just let this simmer. Alright, so that's all done. And once you get everything coated, this is the juices from the marinade that we had left over. And we'll put this on a pretty low heat. So make sure once you add the everything in the pan with the juices, with the marinade, don't put the cover on it. Just leave it sit like this on a medium low heat, and you want to let the juices reduce by half, just to get a little thick gravy in there. So I went ahead and I went about 11 minutes. It's done. Basically it's ready. That's how you make chicken a la grande. Mosca'S chicken a la grande. Can't wait to give that a taste. I'm gonna have this with some green beans, and I'm gonna put a little bit of the gravy on my green beans as well as on top of the chicken. So let me get it plated up here, and I'll show you what we got. Well, there you have it. Everything's done. I'll just cut a little piece off of the thigh right here and give it a little taste. I mean the leg, I should say. I did check it with my meat thermometer, and it was over 165, so means chicken is cooked safely, which is very important for chicken. And I put a little bit of the gravy in there. I mean, it's mostly olive oil with that nice seasoning from the oregano and the rosemary. So that's how we look. That is really good. Definitely a very good way to cook chicken. I could definitely see eating this at Mosca'S restaurant. Very good. Definitely going to be cooking this again. And this is just some green beans, some frozen green beans that I put did it in the microwave 6 minutes, and I put some of that sauce on top. This is the outside of the garlic peelings. Just kind of, pick that off as you're eating it. Not sure why it says just to mash them and not peel them, but that's what the recipe called for, so that's the way I did it. And maybe it gives it a little bit more of a earthy taste, with the peelings on it. Not sure, but has a good taste. Chicken tastes wonderful. So that's my lunch today. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thanks.